Hey, it's really a pleasure to be speaking with you. I absolutely love Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian. I just was drawn to the work that you do on that show, and
As you
wanted to reach out. So congratulations on that. I think you're definitely making a difference.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Hey, I know you come from New Orleans, Louisiana, and now you're in Hollywood, in Los Angeles. You've been over here since 2013, working with celebrities, but also working with some everyday people like me that live through the show. Tell me about your approach. One thing that I really admire and that you don't see very often is you really have this really straightforward, no nonsense approach, and it's pretty black and white. But you never hear you raising your voice. There is never any type of intimidation or any type of shaming. And I really applaud you for that, because that's something that I really am drawn to, and I think a lot of our viewers are drawn to. Have you always been that way? Is that something that is just always been the Corey way?
Right. Basically, everything that I've been through in life represents what I do right now. I had a very different upbringing growing up in New Orleans, Louisiana, where it's not so easy. It's tough. So a lot of things in life I had to approach with a very tough mindset, a very consistent and a no giving up type of personality. A lot of times I see on TV a lot is like when they have these transformation shows and these other trainers, I think they went off trying to belittle people because they feel like if you belittle a person, they can make them want to work extra harder. But see, the thing about it is sometimes when you belittle a person, it just knocks them back even further. My approach is basically making a person recognize who they are and the place where they are to be able to move forward. You know, a lot of times in life, you know, we just need people to actually, you know, be there for us to encourage us, but encourage us in a way where it's actually a little bit more straightforward and not trying to give you the cookie cutter and the oh, it's going to be okay. Because if you babysit or you pat somebody and tell them it's going to be all right for so long, they're going to walk around thinking that it's just going to be okay, and I don't believe in that.
The show, when it first started, there was some people that thought this was more body shaming or body negative, but I think it's incredibly body, and not only body, but body and soul positive, because it is really looking at the individual and then the support system that Khloe and the show provides for everyone. As a trainer, who was your inspiration? Is this just who you are? Was there somebody that inspired you to be who the Corey is we see today?
Can I be totally honest with you? I always get asked, who's my mentor? Who is somebody I look up to? When it comes to fitness and what I do for a living and who I am, I'm my own inspiration. I didn't get a mentor. Nobody told me to do this and do that. A lot of things and a lot of my mistakes and a lot of my success came from me continuously working hard and going through my own trials and tribulations and learning from that instead of letting me become a victim of that. So it was me realizing that me having the one body that I have and understanding the process of doing this, because if you think about it, the body is the only thing that you can control, but it's the hard mental things that you can control. So taking that same aspect and put it into my everyday life through fitness, I learned to put that through life. And that's what made me become who I am, because, you know, I have my whole Calliet way thing is, and I realized when I just recently this week what the Calliet way really is, because I'm an individual who works out all day, every day. I feel like the Calliet way is a very intense, physical, active movement or exercise that you do at any given time of the day. And that's just me. I'm just intense in life. I'm just hardcore in life, and it's like I learn from myself every day. So basically, to answer your question, I'm my own inspiration, because I can't look at another person's success or another person's journey and say, you know what, that's me. You know, I'm identified by myself.
Well, it does have to start with self, and it starts with believing in who we are, which I know sometimes, you know, myself, we're always challenged with that, I think. But I think, you know, what you said, those are pretty powerful words, that it needs to start with self, because that's who, in the end, that's who we're left with, is self. You know, we talk about excuses and how we overcome excuses. And we all have the same excuses to an extent, as far as everybody's busy, whether we're working moms, working dads, family, kids, we're running here, running there, the pressures of everyday life, which is a reality. But at what point do we turn some of those obstacles or those challenges in day-to-day life, when do we stop making those excuses? How do we determine that it is an excuse?
The thing about it is, when you're tired of being uncomfortable, you're going to make a decision to do better. See, change only comes when a person is uncomfortable. And you have to understand that excuses, you're making your own excuses. It's really you versus you. You have the ability to control the outcome of your situation. So as long as you make those excuses, obviously what you want, you don't want it that bad. And when you can tap in and recognize that you're making excuses for yourself, that's when you're going to be able to identify that and move past.
What are your thoughts, or what's your advice to those that, unfortunately, sometimes we get surrounded by people that would like to keep us down and keep us in their comfort zone, and breaking away from that can be a challenge? What's your advice to those that need to do that?
Stop being easy on yourself. I tell people to stop being okay with being mediocre. Stop being okay with being like, you know what, that's just enough. That's just like you go to the gym and you say, okay, I ran 2 miles. I ran 2 miles, but I still have a whole lot of energy. Why can't you do more? Stop accepting less and do more. Stop being easy on yourself. If you want to be better, take yourself more serious, move past it, become better. You control that.
And what about picking a trainer, Corey? I'm sure you get approached by individuals constantly. Is there ever a time where the trainee and the trainer don't fit? How do you handle that?
So I meet people that I really feel like I can't train or I can't work with. It goes deeper than that, because I believe that I can relate to anyone and I can train anybody. Sometimes when you get to the point like that, it's like I have to take it out of the training mode and I have to get into I feel like Calliet, the part where I'm able to talk and get to understand a person, understand why aren't we getting along? It's like a relationship. Why aren't we communicating? Why aren't you listening to me? And be able to identify that and work with that so I can actually become good for it. And if I can't, then maybe I'm just not the right fit. But 9 times out of 10 I am. It's just me being able to tap into those people's mentals and being able to tap into their emotions to be able to get the job done and be able to work with them.
And is there a formula? Is there a work ethic? Is it the Calliet way? How do we get started?
100% how you get started with training with me, or how you get started training.
Let's see. Let's do the Calliet way.
Just email me, just train with me. But I mean, basically, get started with the whole process. When you're training with me, you have to. It's almost like you got to come to me just with all the doors down. Just come to me ready and willing to learn. Come ready to make a change. A lot of people go to trainers before they come to me because I say, go get some type of training, go get some type of formation, go get some type of foundation when it comes to training before coming to me, because I don't want to just teach you how to walk from the ground up. I want to teach you how to run. But if I have to do it, I have to do it. So I always tell people, you come to me, don't come, thinking you know everything. Come ready to learn. Just come ready to change your life. Come ready to experience what perfection really feels and look like.
And the body shaming that I'm hoping it seems like it might be lessening, or maybe we're shedding bigger light on it, especially down where we are down in LA. There's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves and society puts on us. How are you seeing that, especially, setting goals, men versus women, that negative talk? How are we doing in that area?
People got to stop identifying themselves to other people. They got to stop worrying about how the next person looks. At the end of the day, you have to face that person in the mirror. We're all made different. We all have different goals. We have to be able to deal with that on our own and deal with that. People are so social media-wise. Everybody's trying to look like this person, trying to look like that person. I have no one that I want to look like. I want to look like Corey. I want to look like the perfect Corey, the best version of myself, inside and out. And living in L.A., which everything is about looking good and feeling good. But the biggest problem is people trying to look like their neighbor. They're trying to look like their friend. They're trying to look like this person, that person. How about trying to look like the best version of you? Like this, I want to have this body like that person. How about we take your body, make your body look really good so you're happy with yourself? Because you can end up looking like that person and look real funny. You not even know what's going on. So, when it comes to the body shaming, people have to be happy with themselves. Put everything you have into yourself, and I guarantee you're going to have a good output. Your results are going to be amazing, and you're going to love who you are after the process.
And I read somewhere when you were talking about setting goals and the plan, maybe a plan for yourself, it's more than just a goal weight. Is that accurate?
Yes, you can set a goal weight and not look like you want to look. That's just numbers. When you go places, you don't walk around with a scale saying, I weigh 130, now I weigh 125, and you look exactly the same, or maybe you look worse. Let the mirror be your judge. Let who you look at in the mirror every day be the judge on how good you look. Stop worrying about a scale. Unless you compete or something like that, you have to make a certain weight. But if you're an everyday person, try to look the best that you can. Don't worry about that number, because that number will set you back. It will have you going so many places. I've been depressed sometimes. I know I look bad. I was super tight and I gained 4 pounds. Then I'm depressed and I'm mad and I'm working extra harder. You got to learn how to put that away. The only judge is when you look in that mirror. I tell people all the time, I have this analogy. It's my word, my example I call bathtub ready. You go to the bathroom and you're about to get in the shower. Either you're going to look at yourself when you're about to get in the shower or you get out. But when you look in the mirror at yourself, you want to be able to look twice. You want to look again. You don't want to turn the light off and say, let me get out the mirror and look at. I don't want to look at myself. I call that bathtub ready. So I tell all my women, I tell all my men, you want to look bathtub ready. It's okay to look good in clothes. But when you look in that mirror, when you're naked and you love what you see, that's when you know you're doing a good job.
And what about people that, this falls into that excuse place where people feel like I'm too old or it's too late for me? What do you say to those people?
It's never too late. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how worse you think you are. It's never too late. It's only too late when you do not wake up in the morning. That's when it's too late. If you have a day every day to wake up and do something for yourself that's going to better you and make you a better person, get up and do it. If you don't do it today, you're going to get tomorrow and the next day. But until the day you wake up, until the day you do not wake up, that's when it's too late. Stop making excuses. That's the easy way out. And think about it. Anything that comes easy is going to go away even faster. It's not going to be worth it. You're not going to appreciate it. You're not going to love it like so much. But if you put in the work, you put in the time, and you take every day to continue to work on yourself, you're going to love it. And those excuses are going to start to fade away.
And Corey, what does this work mean to you?
What does who?
What does this work mean to you?
This work?
Yeah.
This work as far as what I do?
Yes.
I love it. I believe that I have the chance to change people's lives. I believe I have the chance just not to change people's lives physically, but mentally. I believe that every person I touch, I'm passionate about it because I love to see people smile like Dexter and Ranella. To see them walk around now with their heads up and their confidence, that's doing something for me. I drive off that. They motivate me. I love to help people. I'm in a business of people. I serve people. I'm here to make people feel great. And I get a high off just seeing people be great, just seeing people give their all. And when I see people tell me, Corey, because of you, I'm doing better. That's more than money to me. I love my job. I don't want to do nothing else. I'm gonna live under the fitness umbrella for the rest of my life. I'm fine with that. I quit the everyday working job for 9 to 5 and knowing what I got to do. I live a life where I had no idea if somebody was going to pay me to actually train with me. I took a chance, and knowing that I took a chance and I went through all those ups and downs to be where I'm at today, I love it. Yes, I want to be famous, but famous with a platform to talk to people, to let people know, I'm going to bring the best person out of you. I'm going to show you how great you can be, and that means so much to me to continue to inspire people all over the world.
Well, and the thing is I know we're going to see more of you, and you're going to get bigger, and your word, your passion, everything that you do it's so positive. How are you going to keep time for yourself? How do you keep yourself grounded?
In the gym, believe it or not, all the time. I'm so serious. Right now I'm in my car because I just came from hiking. I knew I had to do an interview at 12. I went hike for 11 because I needed to go do something for myself. I feel like the way that I'm going to be able to avoid, becoming Hollywood and letting stuff get to me is being in the gym, always working on myself, because if I'm always working on myself, I have no time to become somebody else or deal with the bull that's going to try to come my way. I keep busy, and I'm being busy on something that's positive. Bettering myself is positive all day, every day.
You're incredibly empowering. Looks like Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian has been picked up for season 2. Will we see you there?
Okay, so, excuse my legs. Yeah.
Is it a bad connection?
We're hoping that, I'm on season 2. We're gonna hope that they bring me back for season 2 and you get to see Mr. Calliet in rare form again. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed.
And while we're waiting for season 2, where do we find you now? Are we going to see you in other spots?
Yes, you can find me actually social media right now. I'm working on a couple other projects. You might see me on other TV shows, a couple cameo things, commercials as well. You can always catch me on social media, Mr. Calliet. You can catch me on Snapchat, Mr. Calliet, Facebook, Corey Calliet. If you can't find me there, just Google my name. I'm quite sure something's going to pull up where you can find me, but, be looking just for me to be in your living room somewhere that has some type of Calliet way apparel, cup, anything will be in your house. I'm trying to be in everybody's house in the world. So I'm trying to be everywhere.
Corey, it's really been a pleasure speaking with you. Congratulations. I really appreciate your time. Thank you again.
I appreciate you so much.